NEA Big Read is a program of the National Endowment for the Arts in partnership with Arts Midwest. Local sponsorship is provided by the Muskogee County Friends of Libraries.
Hi everyone, my name is Beverly and I'm with the Casita Chattahoochee County Public Library. Today I'll be bringing you a teen program called Mythology in Modern Times. I hope you'll stay with me and see how mythology is still present and relevant in today's time. So why mythology? Why a teen program about mythology? If you didn't already know, the month of March we are doing the NEA's, the National Endowment of the Arts, Big Read event. And the book that has been chosen is Circe, and this is by Madeline Miller. Circe is a retelling of the very famous story, the Odyssey, that you can also check out from your local branch of the Chattahoochee Valley Public Libraries. We are looking more into Circe through our programs, and this is the teen program, so I'm going to try to make it interesting to you all so you can see many of the things that you do, see, say, eat every single day are still relevant to mythology. So anyways, I hope you or someone in your household will join us this month for the big read and get to enjoy Circe. I know I did. So, did you know that many familiar things that you eat, do, play, or see around you every day are still influenced from modern mythology? Are you afraid of clowns? There's a god for that. Do you enjoy cereal for breakfast? There's a goddess involved in that. So I hope you will stick around and see just how present mythology still is in these modern times that we live in. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Oh, hey guys, I'm just walking around outside enjoying this nice weather and listening to the Pandora app on my phone. Did you know that Pandora is a name from Greek mythology? Let me tell you some more about Pandora. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go finish listening to this song on my Pandora app. Catch you in a minute. Hi, let me tell you a little bit more about Pandora. Pandora's legend was based in Greek mythology. You all are familiar with the Pandora app for music. What you may not be familiar with is her role in Greek mythology. Pandora was created by the god Hephaestus. He was ordered by Zeus to create a human, a mortal, someone that could die. You can read more about Pandora when you check out Edith Hamilton's Mythology. We do carry this at our CVL GA branches. Find your nearest branch and check out Mythology by Edith Hamilton and learn all about Pandora, Hephaestus, and Zeus. Oh, hey, you're back. Cool. So if you're like me, you might really be into video games, and I so am. Have you ever played the game called Fortnite? Cool. Well, in Fortnite, there is a reference to Greek mythology. You may or may not have noticed that. In Season 5, Chapter 2, we had a playable character named King Midas. And if you will notice, King Midas is gold. And in a few moments, I will tell you more about King Midas and who he was and what he did in Greek mythology. But just know that when you play your Midas character, if you still have the skin, or when you fight the Midas boss, that is a reference pulled directly from Greek mythology and the legend of King Midas, the man, the myth, and the golden touch. Also, kind of off of video games, but if your mom or dad or you, if you're old enough to drive, if you've ever had a car worked on, there is a auto shop. Dun dun dun, trust the Midas touch. May sound familiar, and Midas auto repair stores also use the name Midas. And the slogan used to be they had the golden touch, but it has changed to the Midas touch. And we will explain more about King Midas here in just a moment. So all of these references from ancient Greek mythology are appearing all around us in our game where we take our cards to be worked on, and you'll see a few more coming up in just a few minutes. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks. I'm gonna go back to my game for a minute. See you in a minute. Hi. Next, we're going to talk more about King Midas. You know him from the Fortnite games. Yes, but did you know that his story goes way, way back? King Midas did a favor for the Greek god Dionysus. He returned a relative that was lost. In return, Dionysus granted King Midas a reward. Midas thought long and hard about what reward he wanted. And do you know what he came up with? He wished for everything he touched to turn to gold. Everything he touched. So I tied a little bow, and if I were Midas, the bow turned to gold. This became problematic for Midas, and when he tried to eat, everything he picked up to put in his mouth turned to gold. So he cursed the god Dionysus and said he did not like his reward, and little did King Midas know, you do not argue with a Greek god. So Dionysus cursed Midas with donkey ears for the rest of his mortal life. Read more about King Midas and Dionysus in Edith Hamilton's mythology and other material that we have available at your CBL GA closest branch. Thanks. Oh, hey! So you caught me having my favorite breakfast, which is cereal. Mind you, cereal is good to have any time of the day, but many of you start your mornings like I do with a bowl of cereal. Did you know that the word cereal has its origins in ancient mythology? The word cereal comes from the Roman goddess Ceres. Now, how does that tie in with Greek mythology? You're probably wondering. Well, Romans and Greeks had the same set of gods with different names. So the Roman goddess Ceres is the equivalent of the Greek goddess Demeter. Now, Ceres and Demeter, she was the goddess of grain and all those good things that make cereal good for you. Not the sugar and stuff, but grains and the harvest and also fertility in certain circumstances. So Ceres, when you eat your cereal in the morning, you say part of her name. And that, my friends, came from ancient Greek mythology, with a little Roman tied in there too. Like I said, the names are different, but the god or goddess that they are referencing is the same god or goddess as far as what they represent. So Greek Demeter, Roman Ceres. So think about that next time you enjoy your bowl of cereal in the morning before you rush out the door. Cool? Thanks. Do you have a phobia? Does something make you afraid? Are you terrified of something? Are you gripped with fear at the very thought of a clown coming out of the sewer to get you? Well, guess what? Then you have colorophobia. It's a phobia or fear of stilt walkers and clowns. And do you know where the term phobia comes from? If you guessed Greek mythology, you are correct. Phobia comes from the Greek god Phobos. He was the god of fear and horror. His mother was the goddess Aphrodite, and his father was the god of war, Ares. Phobos' name has been incorporated and passed down all these thousands of years later into the word phobia, which means to fear something or to be afraid. Just a little something you probably didn't know. Oh, hey guys, do you like running? Do you like sports? Do you like to wear a specific kind of tennis shoe? Well, I do. I always have my Nikes on. And do you know that Nike comes from Greek mythology? Nike is the goddess of victory. So anytime you see the Nike logo or wear the Nike shoes, clothes, backpacks, any of the apparel, you know you are representing Greek mythology. Also, the popular video game. I'm kind of segueing back to video games from inside. If you play Animal Crossing, you will see the statue of Nike in the museum collection when you collect your statues. That's a good way. She's the headless statue with the beautiful wings coming out of her back. So that being said, I'm gonna take my Nikes and hit the trail. All right, guys, I'll tell you more in just a little bit. And lastly, Apollo, god of the sun. If you've ever heard of the Apollo Theater, Apollo, along with being god of the sun, he had a lot of other jobs. He was pretty much the god of everything artistic. He was the god of theater, the god of art, the god of poetry, and they even named the Apollo Theater after Apollo. If you are a gamer like myself and play Animal Crossing, the character Apollo also appears in the game, and he too is named after Apollo, the god of the sun, and all of those other numerous things that I just mentioned. So, as you see, Greek mythology is all around us and literally shining down upon us right now. I hope you enjoyed today's programming about classical mythology in our modern times. Who'd have thought? And there's so many more. There's so many more references out there in the world, in the stuff that you see, you eat, and you do every day. Just look a little harder, dig a little deeper, and I hope you or someone in your family will join us in the month of March for the big read on Madeline Miller's Circe. I have read it and it's wonderful and I highly recommend it. Also, for more information on any of the gods or goddesses that were discussed today, please do check out and read Edith Hamilton's Mythology. This is good for young adult or adults. You will find it in the adult section. But it does explain even the lesser gods, smaller myths, things like that, that we really didn't have a lot of time to get into today. But if you want any further information, this is a wonderful, wonderful reference. We also have many other books in our collection, such as the Odyssey. This is what Circe was based off of. It's a retelling of the Odyssey from Circe's perspective. So if you ever want to read the original Odyssey of Homer, we do have it in our collection, and I do implore you to check it out and read it sometime. Also, for our young adult readers out there, we have a book of myths and legends. This covers Greek, Roman, and Nordic mythology, and it is by Anthony Horowitz, and it is available in our young adult collection. Can't forget you kids out there. We do have a little graphic novel called Jason and the Argonauts. It's wonderfully illustrated and tells the exciting story of Jason and his sailors as they apprehend the Golden Fleece. And Jason and the Argonauts are also mentioned in our big read book, Circe. It all ties together. Also, the adventure of Eros and Psyche, our famed Cupid from the holiday last month, Valentine's Day. It explains Eros and Psyche and how they fell in love and made it work. And also, if you want to watch something, we do have the Odyssey from the Discovery Channel available in our collection. So I hope you enjoyed all that I had to offer today for our teen program, and we hope to see you checking out some of our materials on classic Greek and Roman mythology in your nearest CBLGA branch. Okay? Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.